So I just thought I'd take a stroll down to the front, walk along the sea. I don't need any reminding of how beautiful the scenery is along here, but you know, maybe you just enjoy seeing some more of the scenery, even though I've filmed this area quite a few times before, and this will only be a short video because I'm only having a short walk. So anyway, with that said, let's get along the coast, and I'll film some more, hopefully, lovely scenery. Well, for those of you who've watched some of my videos before, you know that this is one of my favourite places to just come and watch the waves. The little chark on here that is quite popular for swimming. I think, don't take this as gospel, it always seems to be fairly safe here, because it's there's no, I don't think there's usually any big waves crashing into the chark on here. But further up, I think it was only last week, there was a young man, 30-year-old. He died swimming in one of the charcones just further up the coast. Very tragic, but as lots of people commented, the movement of the sea here, it's called, I think the area is like all along here, maretes, the movements of the sea, unpredictable, and 1 minute it's you just think, oh, it's, yeah, I don't think it's ever calm here, but you know, it can be fairly calm, relatively calm, should I say, and then suddenly, you know, a big wave can come in and just grab you, smash you against the rocks, and that's why so many people, fishermen and swimmers have died along here. And of course, it all looks so fantastic, but also it reminds you of the power of the sea, and how whilst, you know, we all say how beautiful it is, how dangerous it is as well. See Montaña Roca over to my left, and that's a fantastic walk as well. And I think I've done 3 videos on that walk. So if you're interested in either doing the walk and seeing a different route, or if you're just interested in sitting in your armchair and just watching me puff and pant my way up there, then why not check out those videos. Of course, Montaña Roca is the dominant feature of Playa Blanca. You can see it from everywhere, and when you get up there, the views are absolutely spectacular over Playa Blanca, and particularly if it's a clear day, towards Fuerteventura as well. Well, here's the start of the Faro Park developments, obviously from the ocean side, and in fact this house here, two houses back, we made an offer on that house. It would be 4 years, nearly 4 years ago now. It was when we first arrived here. Absolutely beautiful house, and it was a really good price as well at the time. Unfortunately, somebody beat us to it, and that was that. That was the end of that story. And along here, you've got all these lovely seafront, oceanside villas with the fantastic views of the ocean. And just look at this little pool of seawater that's where the water has evaporated and left this lovely salt behind, lovely pink grains of salt. It's really quiet this afternoon. I don't know if a lot of the villas are just not occupied, or people are just out, maybe at the beach or gone out for a day out, I don't know. But along the promenade as well, it's not, I know this isn't one of the busiest areas, obviously, but I usually see a few people strolling along here. And apart from just at the very start of my walk, there was a Spanish couple that were just admiring the same views that I was. Other than that, I've not met anybody yet. And on the left here is Coral Beach Villas. Now this was a holiday complex. Well, I suppose it still is a holiday complex, but they're selling all the villas off for private ownership, and they've painted them all and built walls so that people have got private gardens. And what an absolutely stunning location this is. And for those of you who are familiar with my earlier videos on our move to Spain, or our move to Lanzarote, then you'll recognise this villa number 23 as being where we spent our first month as we arrived as homeless immigrants to Spain, to Lanzarote. Life could be worse. So this lovely development of houses right on the front are known as Finisterre. Finisterre, the end of the earth. Not quite the end of the earth, but because I can see Fuerteventura over there. But yeah, a nice name for it anyway. And then we've got this abandoned development. From what I've read, the houses are occupied by about 24 families, ocupas call them. I know we probably refer to them as squatters in the UK, but most of these people are working people. They just can't find a home in Playa Blanca. They work in the restaurants, bars, hotels, cleaning villas. I suppose it's quite ironic that they're cleaning vacation villas, which gives them a job and an income, but their income isn't sufficient to be able to buy themselves or rent themselves a house in the place where they work. So anyway, this apparently this development was abandoned about 20 years ago by the developers because they were forced to stop work because it encroached on the lighthouse area, the sort of the protected zone. So they were forced to stop work. They appealed and lost their appeal, and really nothing has happened over the 20 years. And then I think it was last year sometime that the owners of the land sort of made a move through the courts to try and get them out. The courts threw it out, said it was they were trying to criminalise, use the criminal procedure, which was wrong. So they've made another attempt. They're trying to get the council to say that their places are unsafe and throw them out. And I think this month, September, towards the end of this month, there's another court hearing to, I don't think it's to get them out. I think from what I read, it was to try and identify the people that were in there and maybe have to identify them to get them out. I've no idea. But anyway, that's the situation with those houses. It's actually surprisingly calm, the sea here today, despite the fact that it's quite windy. And obviously you've seen in other parts where it really is quite choppy. But I've been here sometimes and oh, gosh, it's windy here. I'm walking right into the wind again. I've seen sometimes where it's almost like there's sort of two tidal forces meeting each other, two different movements of the sea meeting each other, and you get some tremendous waves, some tremendous breakers. If it was on a beach, I suppose it'd be a fantastic place for surfing, but and I think I have seen people on surfboards further out, because obviously you wouldn't want to be surfing anywhere near the rocks. So this is where the promenade starts or finishes if you're walking from Las Colorados end. I did walk along the whole length of this a couple of months ago. Did a video on that. I think it's about 8 kilometers, something like that. And it's a beautiful walk. You see the whole of Playa Blanca. So I've got a link here. Why not check out that video? Well, here we've got Camisi Villas with its Michelin star restaurant, and then the creamy coloured buildings with the Montagne Roca in the background. That's the Royal Monaco Hotel. Then you've got the Rubicon Palace Hotel, Natura Palace Hotel, and the hotel with the domes is the Tim and Fire Palace Hotel, and the Iberia Star further on. And then you can't see the town centre from here. That's in the sort of the inlet. And then you've got Papagayo beaches in the distance. And then across the water we've got the Isla de Lobos here, and over towards Fuerteventura, but very hazy today, so you can't really see much. And talking of the Isla de Lobos, that's my next trip. I'm going there tomorrow, so I'll be doing a video on that. I'm going to have a ferry over to Coralejo, then ferry to Lobos, and walk around the island. See, I've never been there before, so that'll be interesting for me. So why not check out that? I should be able to get that out over the weekend sometime. So why not look out for that video? Should be a good one, that. Well, that's it for my shoreline walk around Faro Pechiguera and along the promenade. Hope you've enjoyed the video once again. Thank you very much for joining me. And please don't forget to check out my other walks around Playa Blanca in particular, and some of the more far-reaching walks that I've done. And as I said, tomorrow I'm off to Lobos, so have a look out for that video sometime over this weekend, hopefully. In the meantime, thanks very much for joining me. Take care out there, and talking of taking care, if you do this walk, just be aware of the power of the sea and how things can change so quickly. And the rocks can be quite slippy at times, and also you don't know if the rocks are going to move. So be careful. Just be sensible. That's all I would say. Be sensible, but enjoy exploring this absolutely beautiful oceanside walk. So yeah, thanks very much. Take care, and nos vemos pronto.